Thank you so much. So once again, uh, welcome all of you for this small, sweet, and short presentation. And my name is Srijit Raja, and I'm a trainer by profession. And I've also been working in the IT industry for the past 28 years. After which, I started my freelance training sessions. So I was really delighted to be part of this voice syntax and trainer certification program, and that started in the month of January 2026. So why I joined this certification is basically because I have a passion for English communication and pronunciation. My desire is to become a skilled voice and accent trainer, and I need to improve my professional training delivery. And that's one of the major reasons why I decided to join this program. And I was looking for an international standard exposure in phonetics and accent neutralisation. And that's how some of my friends who are trainers for the TOEFL and IELTS recommended that I join the Cambridge Veritas program. And that's how I just Google went onto your site, and then I was really impressed with the content and offer, and I decided to join. So, as I said earlier, the beginning of this journey started while I researched on multiple training certifications from across the globe. And from my research and the feedback that I've got before from a lot of other sources, I found Cambridge Veritas was offering a very highly professional certification. So I decided to go in and I enrolled myself in the January 2026 batch. The day one of the session was I was really excited and nervous at the same time because I felt anxious before attending the first session because I wasn't sure who was going to be training me on this voice and accent. And though I've been trained on the US accent before as a part of my technical call center job, I was really expecting somebody who was really qualified to come and train me on the British accent. And that was the time when I joined on my first day. I met our trainer Krishna Treya for the first time, and I had a very good impression about him when the session started off. The ice-breaking session that we had reduced my nervousness instantly. Even though I've been a trainer for quite some time, that particular nervousness was still uh, inherently within me somewhere. So thank you, Krishna Treya, for that, for reducing my nervousness instantly. And you indeed taught me also, apart from the voice and accent, you also taught me the importance of creating a comfort zone for your students when you go ahead and train. Overall, my first day was really great and I loved it. And that was one of the major reasons I decided to go ahead and complete my training session under the students, being a student under the leadership of Krishna Treya. Overall, my sessions or Krishna Treya sessions was really interactive. Uh, they were more of activity based and a continuous practice and participation. Of course, I learned a lot from my other peers who are part of my batch as well. And after every activity, after every pronunciation practice, Krishna gave me a constructive feedback, and that really helped me a lot. Even though I'm still not completely implementing everything, but to some extent, I could see a specific marked difference in the way I look at words in English and pronunciation as well. So that was one of the major benefits that I've got from this session. And the most enjoyed activity was monophthongs and other activities as well. We were identifying the words, and that was highly engaging. And every time I pronounced each word, uh, Krishna used to give me suggestions on how I could make it better, and it really helped me a lot. I was also exposed to the phonetic understanding of each of the words for the first time in my life during the session. Overall, we had a lot of fun and memorable activities during the entire training period, and I really enjoyed it. At the end of each activity, our trainer also explained the purpose and why we were doing it and how we could improve it. He also clarified some common mistakes that we as Indians do in pronunciation of the English words. And we were able to really connect it with our real life experience, especially when I started interacting with overseas clients. Recently, I had an opportunity to interact with a British citizen for the project management certifications course that I did online for him. And I was able to implement most of the pronunciations that Krishna taught me, and this really helped me. And my student based out of London had given me a very good feedback of that. He was really impressed by the way I spoke English, and he was able to relate and understand whatever I said. So these are some shared practical takeaways that we had also from your session. And I believe that activities create engagement, but debriefing creates learning and give us a permanent impression of what we have learned. So in that way, the session really helped me a lot, and I'm really thankful that Cambridge Veritas had given me this opportunity to be a student and get trained on the voice and accent coaching. Of course, after the session, we received the PDFs, and which is like a treasure trove of knowledge. It had a detailed and structured reference materials. It gave us practical implications on how we could use our mouth in the right way to pronounce the words correctly. And it started with the IPA symbols, the stress and the intonation and pronunciation. And I am sure this is a Bible for us in our future sessions for English voice and accent. So wherever I could use it, I will definitely be using it, and I'll be using it as a ready reckoner for constant practice throughout my future journey from here. And it also had a practical guidance for neutralizing our accent, and especially our MTI or the mother tongue influence. And the skills that I developed basically is on the slides now. The technical part is that I'm able to identify the accuracy of pronunciation of different words, got a broader understanding of the phonetics, and of course, voice modulation wherever and whenever I could use it. In terms of the trainer activities, trainer skills, that we as trainers have to carry is something which I've recently discovered that we could still do it the way Krishna was taking class for us, because he used to continuously engage all the students of the class, and even when we were reading passages, he used to nominate one person, and then after the person reads the article and he gives his suggestions, he asked the students themselves to nominate somebody else. Now, this was one thing which I have never ever done in my training so far as a trainer. So this was a new learning for me, and I've already started implementing that in my sessions. And most importantly, the listening skill part of it. We were able to listen actively. It gave us an understanding that to be able to talk well, you need to speak, you need to listen well as well. So that was a good learning experience for me. And of course, the feedback that I received from our trainer was always to the point, professional, without hurting, without any other negative way. It was in a very constructive manner that we have received the feedback from our trainer. And this happened in this particular voice and accent trainer certification program. Thanks to Krishna for that once again. Moving on, I would like to just briefly touch upon the transformation journey that I've had before the certification and after the certification sessions. So before, I was really a nervous speaker, and I've been a public speaker for some time, but still I had a small element of nervousness in me. And I could break it down for the simple reason that I got greater confidence when it came to pronouncing words in the British accent. And I did have a rarely, but or most importantly, very limited knowledge of phonetics. And after this class, that world of phonetics was thrown open to me. So I was able to relate the various phonetic symbols and the words after the certification. Now, after the certification, what I also became, or what I also metamorphosed into, was being able to be more confident as a communicator. And the awareness on phonetics really helped me a lot. I started thinking to some extent in terms of phonetics when it comes to my pronunciation of the English words. And it made my own training experience a little more professional because I learned to be more professional on the training calls. Even last week, I was doing a training session for business English in one of the colleges, and I was able to do my work assigned to me in a very proper manner thanks to the voice and accent training certification program. And I've received excellent feedback from my students as well in this college. So the mindset that I already had was really enhanced after the session only because of the confidence that I had. And coming to my future plans, I would love to attend advanced voice and action training programs offered by Cambridge Veritas. And I am still continuing pronunciation of the English words on a daily basis. And this will really help me conduct my professional training sessions in a more efficient manner. And of course, anybody who approaches me for improving their communication skills, I could probably give my own little feedback to them whenever it happens. And I always believe that learning never stops. Right from the day you are born till your last moment in this world, you keep learning something new or the other. So we have to keep our minds and eyes open and listen to it and improve. The key takeaways that I have had from this training session is that communication skill is not a born skill, it's a trainable skill. And of course, patience is required and practice is also there, which will help you build more confidence, will make you more confident. And the activities, the more we do, will make the learning more memorable for the students. So, good trainers create safe learning spaces for the students, and consistent learning leads to mastery of whatever subject is being taught. Last but not the least, but the most important thing is my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have helped me attend this program, starting with Cambridge Veritas, our trainer Krishna Treya, our coordinator Aisha, fellow participants, and everyone who supported my learning journey. And of course, as I started practicing it after the sessions, even my own family used to patiently listen to what I pronounced, and they were also very supportive in this journey of enhancing my voice and accent program. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And I would love to leave you with a quote which says, "A good accent trainer does not just teach pronunciation. They build confidence, clarity, and connection, the three C's." Thank you, Krishna, for all the support that you have given me. And I'm really happy to be one of your students. And I have loved your sessions. Thank you very much. And back to you.